Hello, hello again, fellow esoteric pirates. Let's ease our boats together. Throw the rubber bumpers over the side so that we can bring our boats close together, throw some ropes, tie some knots, and talk about some maps. Today is May 31st. Not that it really matters. I mean, it does, and it doesn't. All at the same time. This has all been done before, and it will all be done again. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, round, 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 round. Oh, yes. So the other day with family, we're watching the documentary of the Source family. Now, my brother and I have always, from the beginning of the beginning, I remember him being a teenager and getting into Wicca. From my earliest times, he's my older brother, so he led the way into the occult and into the path of magic and divination. You know, the left-hand path. I've always looked into the collective unease when it comes to the word cult and the clear difference in the word cult and in the word occult, the study of magic and esoteric sciences. All of these exercises that we do, the meditation, the breath work, the yoga, the Kundalini awakening, it's all very, very ancient and 100% guaranteed. 100% guaranteed to make you go crazy. No. Now, Pluto likes to scare you a little bit. There are definite dangers. Pluto knows about these things. That's why it's important to master the elements. The elements within yourself give you the ability to have a grasp on your mind and your body, to ground you. If you don't know how to sail, it's very dangerous to get out on a pirate ship, If you don't know how to tie a knot or loosen a knot, it's very dangerous to be on a pirate ship. Now, all of these practices absolutely shift your mind. My God, the breath work, the yoga, the change in your diet rewires your brain. Your brain starts functioning differently. And the way you live starts to change. Now, in the Source family, going back to this documentary, I recommend watching it. It's pretty cool. This guy, like Father Yod is what he calls himself. He sounds like he knew his shit. He did it his own way. He didn't kill anybody, he didn't serve anybody Kool-Aid. And in the end, he told everybody that he had nothing else to teach. He's like, all right, guys, that's it. You guys are on your own, The understanding that any good leader or any good teacher understands that it is temporary. All things are temporary. And I do give him props about the end. Like, he goes out in style. I don't know if I want to do a spoiler alert, but it's really interesting how he decides to end his reign. Yeah. The wind. It's very much about wind. Now, I decided And I also thought it was very interesting that most of his students are doing extremely well for themselves and have a very good grasp on what they experienced and how much it helped them, even though there was a consensus of, I don't think I would do it again. Very interesting that the one human that didn't come out as well as the others, meaning she had health problems and on a lot of medication and seemed to be a little bit more psychologically damaged, was the first wife. Now, within the documentary, it was very clear that she was very unhappy about the amount of wives that this father had taken on. She didn't like that. I get it. Not cool. I decided to look into this topic and write some do's and don'ts. And I think this is actually the last thing that I wrote, but it's going to be the first thing that I say. Don't call it a cult. The word cult is definitely not the proper word to use. Words change. Definitely the meaning has changed. But there is definite benefits to having a magic community. A community that supports each other, helps each other, heals each other, and practices magic together. So, the do's. There is no doubt that doing magic in groups is more powerful. No doubt. This has been done in ancient times. The ancient Egyptians, in temples, pyramids. There is no doubt that you have to be very strict about your own daily practices. No doubt about that. I mean, you can't just lay around. You have to do your yoga, do your breath work, make sure you're eating correctly. And something that I've said before, too, is your own daily practices. Finding out what works for your body the best. Do you need to go for a run every morning? Is that one of your daily practices? Because I don't. I don't do a lot of physical movement in the morning. The morning is where personally I do all of my mental movement. I like to get up, sit, and write or read. But that is for my own daily practice. A lot of people need to get up and do something more physical. And you have to be strict about it. You have to do it. Yes, the diet and the exercise. Now, there is no doubt about that you have to be self-aware and you have to cultivate self-love every day. You have to cultivate self-love. Now, some of the don'ts, I love these. Don't dress in the same clothes. I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing to all, let's make our own clothes and let's have it as simple as possible. And, let's save money this way. Or, we all like the same clothes and we can wear each other's clothes. And yes, the days of robes, I feel, are over. And I think that it's because it blends and blurs your own individuality, which I feel is extremely important in magic. Individuality is absolutely loved and cherished by the divine. I mean, look at the diversity of the planet. She loves unique individuality. Don't ever give that up. This is a big one. Don't practice orgies. Now, I know, Pluto, Mars, they're like, wait a second, that what? Back in the day, a long, long time ago, this was possible in ancient temples. But this was definitely before the humans as a species were basically damaged in our root chakra. Yes, the history of bringing sex down deep into the taboo world. Absolute. There's a lot you can study with that. That was very, very bad. Very bad for humans. Those days in ancient Egypt, them days are over, baby. You can't be doing that shit anymore. There's too much icky, sticky, dark matter that most people aren't even aware of before they get into any kind of tantric sex practice or ceremony. And sex is absolutely the way that you get everybody's funk. And when you got more people there, you got more funk. It's like I almost feel like there's a dark, I'm a non-dualist, dark light. There's this heavy matter that has been attached to sexual acts that needs to be cleared. I mean, you just got to be really, really careful, right? Obviously. Esoterically and with, STDs. You just got to be careful nowadays. I strongly suggest with Kundalini Awakening, you practice with yourself first. Be able to totally please yourself with your own ceremonies, awakening your own Kundalini snakes before ever trying it with anybody else. And then being highly selective on who you decide to practice with. The other don't is not to create commandments. Freedom is an absolute must in any magic group, in all ways. To come and to go as you please, and to speak up, and to hold everybody accountable. Now I know, little Miss Saturn, we don't want her running around pointing her finger telling everybody that we're doing it wrong. But we do need individuals to be able to say, hey guys, I sort of feel like maybe this should be done a little bit differently. Autonomy is paramount, and it must be cultivated daily. So now we should definitely get on with this. I don't have my cards with me to make the beautiful sounds. But since I've already done the spread, we will start at the center. I pulled 6 of hearts. The beauty in the mirrors. The lovers in the tower. That was nice. The 6 within the 16. The magic of 6. There's no better card for the occult in magic communities. To be able to find kindred spirits, especially when you're extremely unique, and how rare it is to find humans that think like you do. You know that feeling when you come home and your dog is so excited to see you. This feeling of family in a whole different level, a 6 of hearts level. Understanding that we will magnetize as we reach certain vibrations and frequencies and start coming together in the center with the 6 of hearts. In the south, I pulled the Joker. Absolutely grounded in the Fool, the kid. It all has to be kids' play. This family needs to be cultivated with platonic love, with kids' love, with the BFF love. Leave the Tantric Kundalini Awakening for the 12th house. Maybe the 8th house. But going back to autonomy, understanding where certain energies should and shouldn't go. If you're no longer having fun in the clubhouse, knowing that you need to leave. Like the kid who gets hit in the face with the ball. Especially Pluto. Fuck this shit. Fuck you guys. I'm out. As a non-dualist, it's all the same. We can all exist in different ways. You don't have to be a member of every group, right? And you don't have to judge a certain group for not doing it the way that you think you should do it. The world is a gigantic playground. Remember when the playground was your world? Everything was in your imagination, right? Like if you were on one side of the playground, the other side of the playground didn't exist because you created whole different worlds in the playground. Being able to create different worlds in your mind, and this is definitely the joker that keeps our mind grounded in play. It's all just a game. Don't take it too seriously. So we'll move to the north, and I pulled the Jack of Hearts. Now this is interesting because the first, with the Jack, it's either the page or the knight. And I first felt the emo kid, and I felt to wear your heart on your sleeve is important. And knowing yourself is important to be able to wear your heart on your sleeve. True awareness at all times. This Jack as a page is young and insecure and shy and red-cheeked. Oh my God. But you see this page grow up into the Knight of Cups. He holds a cup on a gentle mare. He's not grasping or charging at anything. Yes. Sometimes it is best not to charge into a situation that maybe you're unsure about. The Knight of Cups has no doubts. He knows that this path will lead to realization. He knows that these are very ancient practices. But he also knows that these practices have been abused by many humans that only want power and control. So yes, it is definitely important not to charge into a situation before knowing 100% whether that, the path that you are charging into is the one for you. This is a chivalrous warrior. He wants to use his power to help others, to help the human race and all sentient beings, including this planet, our Holy Mother. In the east, I pulled the Two of Swords. Oh, yes. Here we have the dual-wield skill, or the sword fight. In the east, we need to be aware of what's coming. We need to be aware of the dawn of the new day. This card was telling me that it's not about changing everything in the future. Change is a constant, right? Like, we don't have to change it. It is going to change. And trying to stop the change is futile as well. It's about looking forward and being prepared. This balance, this accumulation of knowledge. This card is screaming about communication. Let's at least start talking about how we can create a better community without, so much tension and, without the politics, please. Thank you. To communicate wisely. And, you can look it up. In my 8th grade yearbook, my quote was, "Communication is the key to a good relationship." I was very proud of that quote. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking awesome. 8th grade. Now we got to wrap this shit up. What do we got in the West? At the end of the day, oh, geez, we've got the 5 of Swords. Ah, the hearts and the swords in this spread really brought me to the ocean. We have water and air. Pirates. Yes. What pushes us to even become pirates in the first place is to get away from everybody. The seclusion of being on a boat. The idea that what goes on in the boat stays in the boat. Uranus, the tech guy, does legitimately want to put it all on social media. And I get it. That'd be amazing to have some really awesome footage of going through the storm. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I think it's important to be able to trust Uranus. Yes. Trust your own ass. Kundalini awakening. Self-care. Oh my God, Pluto. Jesus, Mars. There you guys go again. Getting all excited. Oh my Jesus, Lords. Uranus. I trust my anus. He's in Scorpio, you know. Ooh, jeez. I mean, I'm a non-dualist, you know. It's all amazingly wonderful. Uranus has the dual-wield XP. The 5 is showing us the devil and the Pope. Be both. Let yourself be free with awareness and play. Play with the Joker and the Knight of Cups. Don't be afraid of temptation. You know, Pluto. He's raising his eyebrow and saying, I'll take you for a wild ride. But understand that going through the underworld has many esoteric benefits. Shadow work is necessary for us all. Darkness has its teachings. This card is emphasizing the importance of a sound, stable, cooperative mind, the intellectual mind. The Knight of Cups is reminding me about the gentle mare that he rides. You have to ride a horse that's going to let you carry a cup. And I, for one, have been in pony club and have ridden ponies in relay races where you have to hold an egg in a spoon. Sometimes you have to hold a dollar bill in between your legs and the saddle. And the excitement that you get when you're on a pony that lets you do this, there's no other feeling. So thank you so much for listening and working on yourself and diving into all of these esoteric studies for yourself. Please check out all of my other content and see if there is a way that you would like to help contribute so that I can bring more of these videos, audios to you, and we can all work on a shared economy that is needed for magicians. All of the links are below. You can also just help out by liking and subscribing and sharing. It only takes a minute. And it really does help the algorithms, you know, Uranus. Thank you, Uranus in Scorpio. Just tell it like it is, please. If you even liked this, please show that you liked it by, hitting a thumbs up button and share and subscribe. Okay, stop being repetitive, Uranus. Whether you're traveling mentally or physically, may it be in love and light and shadow, and don't forget the lube. And if you haven't been told about the lube, I would suggest looking into OHAS. OAJAS. Look it up. It is energetic lube to help you get through very tight spaces. So don't forget. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.